What are some of those skills? What do we need access to that can help us get there?
It's about hard work. Looking at people at Facebook who did really well, a lot of it was humility and hard work. It's stuff you guys talk a lot about in StreetCode classes that I've seen. And some certain amount of curiosity, like, I can go out on the internet, and if I have the curiosity and some time, I can go figure out how to do this, or do whatever I want. And I think it's some version of that is basically what sets people apart.
How important do you think it is for communities of color to have access to tech and other networks?
Designers, engineers are creating experiences that millions and even billions of people are using, and that was like my first aha in school. Like, I got like 10 million users in 10 weeks with my classmates. I'm just like, oh my God, this is insane. So the flip side of that is, if the creators are only of a certain socioeconomic or from a certain ethnic background, they're not going to make products and services that are relevant for the majority of people out there. And you found an organization like StreetCode, you're already like miles ahead. And most people are surprised a designer in tech can easily make, $100,000 a year. And like, that's news. Like, most parents don't know that. Most teachers don't know that. There's so much, economic opportunity.
The way my journey went, everything was process, right? What I try to embolden my son with is the idea to go into spaces where you're not comfortable at, and show up in those spaces as your whole self. Because the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to learn something. You're going to learn what you like. You're going to learn what you dislike. And you'll come away from that as a better, more fuller human being.
You could give your 8-year-old self advice. What would it be? To never stop dreaming big. As you just learn more about the world, you can easily be held back by your own idea of what's possible and what you're capable of. It really took me a long time to regain that childlike imagination of dreaming big and kind of really working and believing and living as though kind of that the potential is limitless. Imagination and creativity and engineering is limitless.
It's about your heart and what inspires you, and doing the best you can for people. There's something about the experience of at least the EPA community and the StreetCode community that's really about self-determination, and I think that's been really cool to see. As far as tech education, I think it's just a part of, like, even if you're going to be in marketing, you're going to start a small business, if you're going to be in health, it doesn't really matter too much in the future what industry you're in. You're going to need to have like a competency and confidence, understanding how the internet works, understanding how social media marketing works, or measurement, systems, or analytics, data science. I mean, this, man. Like,
Yep.
It's part of the education that high schools don't always get ahead of, and colleges don't often get ahead of, but is moving so quickly that it's up to, I think, companies to do at least something about investing in that skill for students.
I did not have exposure to it, so I feel like because of that, I had a lot less confidence about entering in the field. Going in, it took me a long time to kind of build that confidence as a designer and to even call myself a product.
Yeah, there really wasn't someone like a counselor to really guide me, because again, design is really interdisciplinary. It's at this intersection, of art, of business, of technology. You have to be very self-initiated and take that step on your own and try to find resources and not let that sort of hold you back. Because if I only followed like the cookie cutter, like this is my major, or this is my minor, I would have never been exposed to, just the wealth of, experiences I've had.
For those who are sports fans, right, it's easy to follow a team when they're in the playoffs and when they put together a winning team, right? Like, it's easy to be a bandwagon and, and rock with your team or whatever. It's hard to be with your team when they're losers. A champion shows up the same way no matter what team they're on. Winning is a mindset that starts from within. It doesn't start with whether you had a right squad. It starts with how you show up in the world. I came home, I didn't have anything, but a winner's mindset. And so for everything that was an obstacle to other people, I saw as an opportunity. I saw as an opportunity to grow. I saw as a challenge. I saw as, something that I'm going to learn from. And if I learn, I haven't lost.
When you're kind of on a team, everyone brings like their own like library of experiences to pull from when they're trying to gain inspiration or come up with new ideas. And the more variety there is in that giant team's library of experience,
of like creative potential.
Exactly. The more likely there is a chance that the best and most effective solution can be chosen.
Totally. I've never in my career asked anybody, hey, could you be my mentor? What I have asked is like really clear, concise questions, easy for them to respond to, or easy to hop on a call for 15, 30 minutes. I'm cautious. Like I don't want to ask, too much time, but that's been really effective to me, is just build like almost like a network. If you define mentorship in like a really scoped amount of time, like say, hey, I'm looking for guidance for the next month, 3 months. I think that's a lot easier for people to make a commitment to that. But versus just like, hey, will you be my mentor? It's like, I don't know what that is. That for life? Like, focus more on advice first. And then if you show progress, they get really excited to see your growth and potential. And then they almost like want to give more.